And what scaffolds do is they really detract from public life. They make you feel as if there are parts of our city where your point is just to get through them.
A seemingly small thing to change, but this is actually a major step in the right direction, and I want to explain why. I can show a bunch of images of what most people would prefer between two different images, say like a nice picture of Central Park and a nice picture of this suburban sprawl. Is it nice? I don't know. A lot of gas stations, a lot of fast food chains, depends on what you really want. But I would guess that most people would not want the latter. You can even take this to office spaces. Say, would people want bland, bleak cubicles, or would they prefer a nicer office space? And how would that impact them? Or we can take two nice images and see that beauty can be mostly objective. Like most of us would like to spend time in maybe both of these places, or prefer to have our homes and outside of our homes look like these areas. To sum it up, we seem to like spaces, I think, that are not boring, or like at least they are interesting. And for reference, this is Mamdani's new scaffolding design, which is definitely more interesting than New York's current design.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
And there's research behind this that says, from this source specifically, titled The Faces of Urban Beauty, Exploring Theoretical and Empirical Dimensions, quote,
empirical studies indicate that beauty in urban environments makes a significant contribution to the satisfaction with the city, quality of life, and residents' sense of belonging, and increases community pride. Exposure to beautiful urban landscapes has shown to reduce mental stress and improve overall happiness.
And I think Chian Quirk, who had a brilliant video on this topic, says it so perfectly in his video that you don't have to find it beautiful.
Now, you might not think it's beautiful, but I don't think it was supposed to be beautiful. It was just supposed to be pretty, at least interesting, at least not boring.
And he also makes just general points that a bleak world with bleak design shows a lack of not caring, just a certain level of not caring, and not caring about the public and the spaces that we live in.
Look at me. I look like I care. Look. I don't care.
And he just makes the case for things to have the right, or they can be beautiful, and they should be beautiful in some way, or, as he said again, be interesting.
And it says that we no longer believe in the idea of ordinary beauty, or in the idea of a public that deserves ordinary beauty.
And Mamdani's redesign of scaffolding is doing just that. It's such a small thing, such a small change, but just it does have a greater effect.
I get it!
Also just gives a way to doing this for other things. You know, we can redesign maybe light posts or lamps or anything to make something more interesting so that we don't live in a bleak environment. And like research is showing, it does impact mental health of the residents, of the people who live in those environments, of the people who live in those neighborhoods. And even just from this other study titled Social Infrastructure, Social Cohesion, and Subjective Well-Being, quote, the urban environment influences subjective well-being by shaping residents' everyday aesthetics, participation in physical activities, and opportunities for social encounters. These small things do overall have an effect on our social well-being, our mental well-being. And I just really like Mamdani's statement in this video where he says, like, we kind of take this as just part of the nature of New York City. Like, ugly scaffolding is kind of just the environment of New York. And he goes on to say that that shouldn't be true.
But what starts as a temporary fix has turned into a permanent fixture. Something we're told we just have to accept, like it's a part of nature. There are countless sidewalk sheds that have been up for more than 15 years. It doesn't have to be this way.
And he's really so right when he says that it is the responsibility of the government to change things like this and improve our overall well-being.
We can make these changes in our city that make life better for everyone, even if it's something as simple as what you walk by every day. That's what government is here for, after all, to make life in this city better, every day, in every way.
The government should care about everything for its city, including the aesthetic nature of the city itself. It's just generally also nice to know that when you're part of a community in an area that feels like it's taken care of and looked after, and when the design is just as important as its usefulness. So, I'll end it there. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.